What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. The Minnesota Vikings gotta be the most shocking team in the NFL through the first 4 games of the year. Granted, we still got 12, 13 games left. Right, that's fair. But they are easily playing the best football out of every single team in the NFL, and they have some damn good wins. They've had some damn good QB play. I might even say MVP level QB play. We're going to talk about their receiver, particularly one of them. The defense has probably been the biggest surprise, or maybe tied with Sam Darnold somewhere in there. But ultimately, I've just been really, really shocked but impressed with how good they've been, because it's been in all 3 levels. And we're going to talk about the Vikings. I want to know in the comments, do you think the Minnesota Vikings are legit? Do you think they're like a contender? Do you think they're a pretender? How are you looking at the first 4 games of the season? Because I think that they've been the best team in the league to this point, and I would not have guessed that. I would not have predicted that. But they deserve some flowers because they've been awesome. So we're gonna get into it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Please like the video. But the Vikings are balling, and we're gonna start with Sam Darnold because it all starts with the QB. Because if your QB plays terribly, you're probably not gonna win a lot of games. And he's been probably the MVP through the first 4 games. The man, I mean, what else can you say about him? He's top 7 in passing yards. He's first in TDs with 11. Only has 3 interceptions. And he has a top 3 QBR. Career high completion percentage at 68.9%, which is damn good. And 118.9 passer rating. Basically, he's playing like the best QB in football right now, which is pretty damn wild because nobody would have predicted it going in after, what his career has looked like to this point. But I think Kevin O'Connell, as the coach, deserves a ton of credit because he puts together a system that is so QB friendly and offense friendly that it's allowing Sam Darnold to show I was 21 years old when I came into the league, and I was thrown to the Jets, thrown to the Wolves, and didn't have anything for help, weapons, any of that. And Adam Gase was my OC and my coach. It was bad. Now he's in a situation where he can flourish, and I think it's awesome. This is why you don't give up on QBs after a couple of years. And Kevin O'Connell, I think, said it best, where he basically said, I think franchises ruin quarterbacks more than quarterbacks ruin themselves. I think that's spot on. So many teams, or so many QBs get drafted to such terrible situations and are expected to be Superman. I think this Viking situation, he's been asked to do a good amount. It's not like he's just riding the coattails. But Sam Darnold has played really damn well in this situation, and I think he deserves a lot of credit for that. Ultimately, I think it does help, though, when you have the best receiver in football in Justin Jefferson. That's my favorite receiver in the league. Has been since he was a rookie. Personally, I think he's been the best receiver for 2 or 3 years now. Overall, talent-wise, ability-wise, he has every single thing you can need, and he's the most consistent player across the board. You need 100 yards? Got it. You need a touchdown? Probably going to get it. You're on 4th and 20? Throw him the ball. You're probably going to get it. He can do everything. One-handed catches, the route running, the yards after the catch. He has a 97-yard touchdown against the Niners. The dude's amazing. And really, this year he hasn't had to be otherworldly, but he's still been insane. And this is why he's the best in the game. Because you can do whatever you want with Justin Jefferson. The only way to stop him is to triple team him, and sometimes that doesn't even work. So that's kind of the interesting thing with those 2 particular guys on the offense. And you could say that the Vikings are 4-0, and that, it's only 4 games. They probably beat up on some scrubs. No, they've got wins over the Texans by a beatdown, 35-7 or whatever it was. They beat the Niners 23-17, I believe. And then the score shows 31-29 against the Packers. They dominated them that whole time. That whole game was them just bullying them. I think it was 28-0 or 28-7 at one point in that game. That game was never in doubt for the Vikings. And those are 3 teams, the Niners, the Texans, and the Packers, that most analysts and fans believe that are contenders to make something happen or to have a deep playoff run. All 3 of those teams, people would not be surprised at it. But they've been leading in all of these games too. They've been smashing them. You think about it, they destroyed the Texans. They were destroying the Packers. The Niners game really wasn't all that close either. It's really good, and I think the offense deserves a lot of credit because they've been able to run the ball really well. They've been protecting Sam Darnold pretty damn well, and then obviously your receivers are making plays, so that helps. But the defense is super surprising to me. I didn't think they were going to be this good, but if you look at where they rank, and granted we are only saying 4 games, but this is 4 games against the C.J. Stroud-led Texans, who offensively are amazing. The Packers, who got Jordan Love back, and then they put up points, and the Niners, who granted they didn't have CMC, but that's still like a top tier offense that they've pretty much kept in check here, because what are they? Top 5 in points allowed, top 10 in third down percentage, so they're getting off the field. They're top 2 in rushing yards allowed, which last year they were not that great against the run, so that's a big improvement. Top 10 in completion percentage allowed. So your quarterback has to drop back 50 times a game because you're losing, and he's not completing, as many passes as he normally would. And now you're getting stopped on third down. Like, the defense is causing problems. And part of the ways you're doing that, top 10 in sacks. Getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, creating a lot of turnovers, getting off the field on third down. Those are recipes for success. And Brian Flores, as the coordinator of this defense, deserves a ton of credit, because you have Brock Purdy coming after a game and saying your scheme is insane. That's like the best compliment you can give a coordinator, is telling him how great his scheme is. And obviously it's on the players to make it happen and to go out there and play super well, which pretty much every level of the defense has done that. But having a good coordinator definitely helps. And I think he deserves credit too, along with the players. And I think it's such a bright spot that they're the best team in the league right now. They look like the best team. They've played like the best team. And it's 4 games, sure, but 3 of those games are against like legit, deep, like really damn good teams, or expected to be really good. So I think they have 3 quality wins. Obviously you beat the Giants. The Giants aren't going anywhere. But 3 super quality wins to start your season when everybody, including myself, did not think you were going to be any good. That's a great way to turn some heads and make people some believers. I've always been, I wouldn't say a fan, but like an outside fan because of Justin Jefferson being my favorite receiver. But it's nice to see the other facets of the team be good, because for years the defense wasn't good. Maybe they didn't have a running game. The offensive line wasn't protecting, or Kirk Cousins being kind of inconsistent from time to time. We've gotten like really damn good QB play. We've gotten good play out of Aaron Jones and the running backs. We've gotten Justin Jefferson being Justin Jefferson. They just got Addison back. He scored. Then the offensive line's protecting. The defense is getting after the quarterback, and the DBs are making plays and creating interceptions. This is all like you're checking every single box, and you did it against great teams. If it was against a bunch of terrible teams that like the Jaguars and like the Dolphins right now, like those teams that are really just struggling, maybe I don't look at it as like, maybe I don't think it's as great, but when you have it over these teams that they've beaten, it's an eye-opener for sure. But yeah, I think that they definitely earn the right to be called to be feared and to be thought of as a contender. They've got a couple tough games coming up, but they had a few tough games to start the season, and that didn't stop them at all. So I wouldn't have any reason to believe that they're not going to do the exact same thing to those other teams. Obviously, probably not going 17-0 or anything like that, but for what Kevin O'Connell has done, what Sam Darnold has done, what Justin Jefferson has done, what Flores has done with the defense, this is like a really, really shocking but awesome team. And maybe if you're a diehard fan, you're not shocked at all by this. Maybe you saw this coming, which cool if you did. I did not. I'm okay to admit that. But I do want to know, do you think the Vikings are legit? Do you think they're pretenders? Do you think this is just a facade from Sam Darnold? Or are you believing like in this system, in this setup, he could be the maybe an MVP? That is very early to say, but maybe he's a legit QB and found a franchise. But they have J.J. McCarthy behind him, obviously injured. Maybe this is a blessing because Sam Darnold is getting his chance to show that he's a legit QB. I don't know. But either way, it's worked out really damn well for the Vikings. And they had so much drama coming in from the offseason. They had a player pass away. They had Addison looking like his season might be done in practice. They lost other guys to injury like 2 days into training camp. It was looking bad for them, like for what was happening to them. And for all that to turn into a 4-0 team that looks like a super damn good defense, a super offense with really good coaching, with 3 great quality wins, that's enough for me to start, maybe paying a lot more attention and believing in them more than I was prior to the season. But anyway, let me know how you feel in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Please like the video. I just think the Vikings are playing amazing, and they're the biggest surprise in the NFL to me. And that's awesome. I love what they're doing. Can't wait to watch the next few games and see if they can keep this up. But thanks for watching. I'm done. Peace.